Welcome back to the Arena Zagreb here in Croatia for the Zagreb Open Day 3 highlight show. I'm your host, Eric Olenowski, joined as always by UWW broadcast analyst George Ram. George, welcome back to the show. Let's start the show off with a bang. For the move of the day was Olympic silver medalist Kennedy Blades from the United States, who went yard not once, but twice. George, the floor is all yours to walk us through the move of the day against Zapados and Poke, both unfortunately from Hungary.
Not one, but two 5-point throws. Making opponents see the ceiling here of this arena. Just as soon as she gets those hips there, gets them behind, sends people for flying lessons, man. I mean, we were really lucky to see both of them today.
And for more for Kennedy Blades, let's welcome her into the show. Let's talk about your day, your move down from 76 kilos where you won that Olympic silver medal, of course. How'd you feel?
Yeah, I felt great. You know, I didn't really have to cut much. I think, I weighed in at 68.9, so I know I can hit the weight pretty easily. And yeah, I just felt like myself. Nothing really changed. I just feel like the girls kind of moved a little bit more, and which opens up my wrestling, I feel like. And then also, like, my explosiveness was there, so yeah, it was good.
We'll wait for the explosiveness real quick, but then before we get to that, we'll talk about the match with world bronze medalist Adela Hanzlíková of Czech Republic. You pick up the pin there. That was really your first test at 68 kilos. How did you feel in that match?
Yeah, I didn't know she was a world medalist. I feel like so honestly, when it comes to athletes, I just have my coaches watch them and everything, and I just say, okay, what do I look out for and stuff like that. So yeah, she moved differently. I don't think any girl at 76, like, their stance is that low. So that was like definitely different. But yeah, I think it was a great scrap, and I think I just kind of caught her. She did some weird move, and it was honestly a scramble. And I feel like I don't do a lot of scrambles internationally, so that was pretty fun. So yeah.
She's one of the most dangerous wrestlers, so when you guys went upper body, I was concerned for you and concerned for her. Yeah. You ended up getting the pin, of course, but let's go back to the explosiveness. You touched on it earlier. Back-to-back fives. Yeah. Walk us through those. What's going through your mind during that?
I get so excited when I get behind people because, like, I feel like, you know, wrestling, at least in America, I feel like NFL, NBA, like, you know, wrestling's kind of overlooked. So I try to make it as super exciting as possible. I feel like, you know, the fans come to watch a show, so I always try to put on a show. So every time I get behind them, you know, I wrestled folk style all the way to high school, so that's illegal. So now, like, I can do whatever, and I'm just like, all right, let's let it fly. So, yeah, I can't believe I got both of them. You know, I love doing on the world stage. I know it'll make, like, the highlights, and we always want to be on highlights, so that was super exciting. But I saw the most recent one on UWW Edit, and I was like, that was nice. So that just made me so happy.
Yeah, and from what I can recall, it was UFA, the Junior World Championships, the Paris Olympics, and then 2 today. So 4 for 4 on the 5-point moves. Pretty impressive. Do you have a nickname that you go by, or are you okay stealing Kyle Dake's Dake bombs and we're calling it Blades bombs?
No, I feel some people have used Blades bombs before, and I thought that was pretty cool because at first they used it for my blast doubles, but now I also do suplexes, so that's pretty cool. Dake is just crazy with those chest locks. All respect to him. I guess we can share it. Yeah, I mean, who knows? And yeah, there's really no specific nickname, but I feel like any nickname, I mean, Blades is such an amazing last name that is so easy to tie in something cool with it. So I really think you guys should, like, yeah.
Do some homework. Yeah.
Yeah, we can figure something cool out.
Yeah, we'll figure that out for you. But then the last question, I'll leave you with this. You staying at 68 kilos, or are you moving back up to 76?
Yeah.
What is it?
No, I honestly still don't know. I feel really good at 68. You know, technically it was +2, so I technically don't know how I feel, but I mean, it can't be that hard to go down, you know? So, yeah, I'm going to talk to my coaches. I feel like 68 might be the move. You know, but if all fails, I'll just go back. It's not, you know, the end of the world, but I mean, yeah, how I felt today, you know, it's hard to be like, no, 68, you know, so yeah, we'll find out really soon, but I just feel really great. I'm super excited that if I go to this next weight class, it's definitely going to be dangerous. So,
yeah, and I'll tell you this, if that's how you looked on your bad day, if that's what you're saying, with 2 5-point moves, scary to see what you would look like on your good day then. But anyways, we want to thank you for joining. Congratulations on the Zagreb Open title. We welcome back George to talk about Olympic medalist Hasrat Jafarov, and before we get into the finals, we have a quick update on 67 kilo Paris Olympic bronze medalist Hasrat Jafarov from Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan, and although it's nothing that'll keep him out for an extended period of time, Jafarov did suffer a cut behind his ear that forced him to head to the hospital, an injury default out of the competition. So George, what else can you tell us about Jafarov's injury? When does he expect to be back on the mat and back to competition?
Well, we have heard that he has been to the hospital. He has got some stitches behind that ear. So in an exchange that has been pulled, and it has been pulled away a little bit from the head. So hopefully not too long. He says 10 days rest and then he'll be back on the mat. So hopefully we'll see him in Tirana. Who knows? But I wish him all the best.
Wish him all the best, and it's time to review the Day 3 finals in women's wrestling. The United States crowned 2 champions, while Azerbaijan and the neutral athletes each had a solo gold medalist. And in Greco-Roman, the neutral athletes and Norway were the podium toppers for today. Starting with women's wrestling at 59 kilos, Hume Gurbanova out of Azerbaijan used the entirety of the 6 minutes to defeat fellow teammate Alona Kolesnik in the finals. And throughout that match, George, it was Gurbanova who was denied attempt after attempt, and even after giving up early exposure, she never wavered from her relentless forward pressure, scoring the match-deciding step-out with 3 seconds left to win 3-2. Her passport may say she's 17, but her poise in those critical situations showed she's experienced well beyond her years.
Well, you can see that in the match in the 6 minutes. Didn't stop going forward. 3 push-outs, just 3 one-single points. And you could see on the edge of the mat, feeling comfortable, knowing where she was, mat awareness, and then just driving her off for the points. 17 years old, but wrestling like she's been in this a long, long time.
She looked great in that finals. And in the Nordic brackets, here's who earned Day 3 golds. At 62 kilos, Ajugo Wachuko from the United States. At 65 kilos from the neutral athletes, Dinara Kudieva. And at 68 kilos, the aforementioned Kennedy Blades from the United States. And now we'll move to Greco-Roman at 63 kilos. Denislam Bamatov, the neutral athlete, pinned Mohammad Keshtar out of Iran to win his first ranking series gold medal. And at the time of the throw, Bamatov was up 6-0 already. So even if Keshtar fought off his back, he was done anyways.
Well, we talk about perfect performance. I mean, Bamatov's great on the left side, great on the right, and that shoulder throw, sort of fireman's carry without the leg, what we don't see too often. Lightning fast for those 4 points at the end. In my opinion, perfect performance. We'll see what he does this year.
Oh, perfect performance you talked about. He attacked both sides of the body. He looked stupendous in that gold medal match. And finally, in 67 kilos, Havard Jorgensen out of Norway, Tech Valentin Petich of Moldova in the finals. And this is one that when you look at the potentials for a matchup for the European Championships, this one stuck out to me because Morten Thorsen, also from Norway, was in the 67 kilo bracket. And I talked to Jorgensen after this match, and he said, this gives me a leg up, but it doesn't necessarily give me the European spot. The ball is in Morten Thorsen's court now for him to go to Albania and try to outplace me. So what'd you take from Jorgensen's day?
Well, we saw in the semi-final match how explosive he was, winning 9-0 with just 1.5 minutes on the board. People might say it's a fluke going into that final match. I was speaking in the commentary box before saying how explosive he was. Just as the words left my mouth, he goes for that shoulder throw, throws him over for that 4 points, gets up, and when Petich goes for that arm spin and he steps over and he takes him completely over for another 4 points. Lightning fast, explosive. I mean, looking like a man on form at the moment.
Yeah, the ending of that match was absolutely insane. The power on display was next to none. But that's a wrap for today. Make sure you stay tuned for UWW Plus for more action from the Zagreb Open. For George Ram, the rest of our team here at UWW, I've been Eric Olenowski. I'm saying so long, wrestling fans.